Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's take a walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Long Trail Brewery. This guy's out of Bridgewater Corners, Vermont. My good friend Jeff up there does reviews in New England, New England beer reviews. He gets a lot of these Long Trail beers and is excuse me, he's got a lot of great beers that he enjoys from these guys there. Me, excuse me. I've done a few of their beers, and I did a few of them years ago, and I found them very transitional. Here recently, I've gotten a few more sent to me, and they have stepped up their game. They are doing some really tasty beers. So, got something up my nose. And I've been impressed with what I've been getting recently from these guys. They've been doing some pretty damn awesome stuff. So this is their Unearthed Stout Barrel Aged. It's got right on the label. And this is a fairly big beer, and it's got 2016 right on this upper label here. So you know what the vintage is. You ain't got to go searching over the bottle anymore. But if you do, you're going to find a bottle on date right here on there. So they're giving you that and the bottled on date too. And well, it just says bottled in 2016 here. They don't tell you what day or anything on it. But in case it is cold in a cooler somewhere where you're buying it, it's got it on the label here too, so you ain't got to search for it. And basically for a stout that's 9.6%, let me confirm that, because a lot of times these, I do not see it down there, so let me look up here. It's got the government warning up here. I don't see that on the label. Yeah, I do. 9.6%, right underneath the Unearthed here. 50 IBUs? Is that what it says? Yeah. So it's got the vintage, it's got the ABV, and it's got the IBUs on a stout, on a barrel-aged stout. Well done, Long Trail. That's the information that we need. That is perfect. That's 2 thumbs up. That's the way it should be done. Alright guys, commercial description says aged in Heaven Hill, Kentucky bourbon barrels. I'm a sucker for a bourbon barrel aged beer, guys. Especially one of these stouts that's been aged in a bourbon barrel. So, that's all we need to talk about. So while I get the cap off of this bad boy, I will tell you the food pairing of cheeses and buttery brie Gouda Havarti Swiss goes well with your chocolate dishes. They got a very colorful cap on here. Long Trail and a nice red swirly thing. I will save that. I want to put that on the fridge downstairs. That's very nice. I know you're not going to be able to see it, but I'm going to show it to you. You might be able to zoom in on it. Very nice cap. Very colorful. And goes well with your chocolate dishes, like I said. The meat is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glass bar to pint, black or 9 tumbler snifter. I got my favorite snifter, and we're going to pour it right down the damn center. And here it says can be cellared for a long period of time. As you see, guys, it's straight down the center and then poured, no head. Done. Not even covering the top of the beer. Whew, I smell some bourbon from here. That's a good thing. It is pitch black, guys. It is pitch black coming out of the bottle. It's pitch black in the glass. There is no light. A great final beer of the evening, which it is for me. We're finishing this up. It's pretty chilly outside. It's right after Christmas. Today is the 26th of December. You probably won't see this till sometime in January. Could be even February. I'm that far ahead on the beer reviews. So let's get a nose to it. Ooh, we've got a little strong bourbon alcohol note. It's a big beer. This may be a good one to put in the fridge for a while and cellar it for a little bit. Because I am getting strong alcohol notes on the nose, even chilled. Whew. That smells big. That smells bigger than a 9%er right now. It smells like a 13, 14, 15%. Big alcohol notes. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's pretty heavy on the alcohol. I'm getting roasted malt. I'm getting some molasses and caramel. Hints of some dark fruit. Maybe some bittersweet chocolate, tobacco. Wow. Strong alcohol notes. I hope it's not that boozy. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. Wow. Big bourbon notes on the taste. Hints of licorice. Or rich. I always have trouble saying that word. Licorice. Licorice. Hints of some vanilla and coconut. A little bit of tobacco in there. That's pretty damn tasty. More booziness on the nose than in the taste. There's some on the taste, I'm not going to lie to you. But it's got so much other stuff going on with the taste that it goes well with it now. It might warm up and be a booze monster, but right now this would be a great one to take out on the deck and fire up a stogie and nice Maduro wrapped cigar and sip on this for a little bit, which I think I might do. I talked myself into it. And we'll come back and see where it ends up, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Very tasty beer. I'm a sucker for these barrel-aged beers. They're very, very tasty since I don't drink bourbon anymore. Little hints of bourbon in an Imperial Stout is always a very tasty beer, especially when it's done in first run barrels, bourbon barrels that's not had beer in them before. So 2016 on the label, 2016 on the bottle. They don't give us a day or a month on this, but that's basically all we need to have. It does have the ABV and the IBUs and the year on there, so we've got all three bits of information that we need to buy this beer. I'm very impressed with what Long Trail is doing now. When I first started doing their beer reviews 4, 5, 6 years ago, I found them to be very transitional. But now they are stepping up their game a little bit and producing some very tasty beers. This is one of them. This is a very nice bourbon barrel Imperial Stout. Went very well with the cigar that I was smoking, the Maduro wrapped cigar that I had out there on the deck. Leathery, woody. Went very well with the oaky, wood-esque flavors of this beer. Now that it's warmed up, the alcohol is still not too overpowering. Very nice roasted malt, hints of bittersweet chocolate, tobacco, licorice. Hints of dark fruit. Very nice. A great final beer of the evening, which it is for me. Excellent beer. Very nice. Very well done. Thumbs up to Long Trail for stepping up their game and doing some very tasty beers for the craft beer lovers. Not somebody that's trying to get into craft beer and trying some transitional beers that a lot of these breweries are doing, because they don't want to produce a beer that somebody that's coming from a Budweiser, Miller, or Coors are going to grab a hold of and not like. It's going to be too overpowering for the palate. So, but to guys like us, me, you, and everybody that drinks craft beers, it's going to like. This is one of those. So, final chug. Ah, delicious. Very well done. Guys, to me, this is 9 out of 10 beer. A great bourbon barrel imperial stout. A little strong on the bitterness on the back end, even though it does have a low ABV. IBU on this beer. Says here on Untapped that it is 50, which is a little on the heavier side, but it takes a considerable amount of bittering hops to match up with the sweet malt that they're going to do when they produce a beer that's 9.6%, 9.7%. I think this says it's 9.6%. It does take a little bit of bittering hops to match up with that, so it's not too overly sweet. So, well done beer. It is a well done beer, so I did enjoy this. A great final beer of the evening for me. Guys, 9 out of 10 for me. Like I said, numeric rating on this one would probably be I'm going to give it a 97. Not the best imperial stout that's been bourbon barrel aged, but it's very, very tasty. If I could get this beer here, I would buy it. So Rico, once again, my brother, my friend, I do appreciate you sending this to me. It was a very delicious beer. They've got 2016 on the upper label there. I would like to see them do something different as far as dating on the ink on the bottle. Put a month and a year, or a month and a year would be even good. So we know we did this in August, we did this in November, we did this in December. Exactly when, or if we did it in January. That would help to know how old the beer is in case you want to do a vertical side by side from different years. Well, this was done in January 2016, and the other one I'm doing is from January of 2014, so you would know exactly when in that year it was produced. So, just me though. That's just my OCD, guys. I'd like to have as much information as I can get my hands on. So, that's where I'm going to put it. We'll run over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 89. I think it's better than 89. I really, really do. I think it was a nice balanced beer. It has a very pleasant taste for a bourbon barrel aged beer. I did think the IBUs were a little heavy for this. It did have a little bit stronger bitterness to it, but a lot of times these guys do that to match up with what they're doing as far as the sweet malt. When they're doing a beer of this magnitude, especially an ABV of 9.7%, or 9.6%. So these guys have an 89. We'll step over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer has 96 overall and 54 in the style. I don't know where the 54 in the style numbers. 96 is what I go by. That's their overall grading. Very close to what I'm giving it. So very tasty beer. And for our final check-in, we will step over to Untapped, and Untapped has it at 4.08, which is in the low A numbers. I think it's a tad better than that, than a 4.08. I would probably, and their numeric rating, I would give it like a 4.5. So, and you don't get a whole lot of numbers on Untapped that are better than like a 4.5 or so. I've never seen 5 on Untapped. I don't know why that is. Maybe one day we'll have a beer from Untapped that's a 5 caps. That's how they do it. 5 caps. I've not seen one yet. Ever since I started doing and adding Untapped to the ratings, I've not seen one that's got the full 5 caps. So kind of conservative there, but their numbers are a little better a lot of times than what Rate Beer and Beer Advocate are giving it. So it is an A beer as far as I'm concerned, guys. If you've had this one from Long Trail Brewing, this is their barrel aged Unearthed. So if you've had it, let me know what you think, guys. Come on back tomorrow. Let's take something out of that fridge. See you then.